There we go, fish on. That's a nice fish. Oh my gosh. He thumped it. That's a good fish. First fish on the first cast, baby. First cast, first fish. It's a drum? What is this? Might be a drum. He thumped it like a drum. He's kind of just digging like one too. I don't care what it is. It's freezing. I don't care what it is. Oh, it's a drum. We called it. We called it. It's a drum. Drum to start the day. Boom. We'll take it. We will take it. It's been absolutely freezing here in Arkansas. I finally got to get out on the roads, do some fishing. Ice is thawed out here at the hot water discharge, and we've got a nice little freshwater drum on the 6 cents Boosa Ned worm, guys. That thing is awesome. That white color. Just let it get down to the bottom, just kind of pop it, reel it really slow. A couple pops intermittently in the retrieve, and you can catch a drum like that. Not bad. He locked it up. Okay, it's either a good sign or a bad sign to catch fish in the first cast. Hopefully it's a good sign. Hopefully it's a good sign. Hopefully we can catch some fish with some stripes or some spots on them today too. If not, I'll take the drum. There we go, there's another fish. There we go. I was really shaking it just now. I don't think this is a drum. I think it's a white bass. Oh yeah, nice white bass. There we go. Second fish of the day is a striped fish. Not a striped bass, but we got a nice white bass. Super solid fish, probably a pound and a quarter or so. I was kind of shaking it here by the boat. I made a few casts without getting any bites. I was thinking about swapping it to a smaller little crappie jig or something. But I guess we'll keep the Ned, the Boosa Ned in the hand for a little bit longer. Definitely gonna throw the double rigs though. So we might keep a couple of those here in a little bit. Just kind of depends. I've already got some fish thawed out in my fridge, so I don't really need anything crazy. But if we do catch a striper or two, I'll probably keep them. If we get on some crappie, might keep a couple and give them to somebody. Well, just as I was swapping the camera back off and on, my bait got bit on the fall. I think we got another white bass. Came off. Dirty dog. Got off. All right, let's toss this double rig out there. I've got 2 crappie magnet roos on this one. I've kind of got heavy leader line on there, which is normally what I would use out here. I got 12-pound mono, and I like the heavier line out here whenever there's some bigger fish involved, like the stripers. But it can kind of impede the action of your lure a little bit, so we'll see if it works. It should be all right. If I don't get bit relatively quickly, I'm probably going to downsize my line to at least like some 10-pound. It didn't matter. Oh gosh. First cast out there with the roos, just had to downsize it a little bit. Hammered it. Oh, this feels so much different on this 8-foot ACC. That's nice. Is this a drum? He's kind of just rolling around. I don't know. What color did he eat? Got a lot smaller of a reel in here too. That's a drum. Yep, another drum. We'll take it. We can flip them on in though. That kind of shows you how powerful these 8-foot ACCs are. I mean, this is a near 2-pound fish. Swung him in the boat with no problem at all. And he bit this pearl colored crappie magnet roo, which isn't in production, but we're working on making a limited run in the straight pearl. Let me know if you'd like to see that, because we're trying to make it happen. If a lot of y'all decide that y'all would like to see the pearl make an appearance, that'd be really awesome. We'll get it done for y'all. This is an awesome color. It slays the drum. No, it slays everything. I love straight pearl. Probably my favorite color of all time. Out of all the colors in the entire world, just a straight, shiny, shimmery pearl is my favorite. First cast with it up there. Watch out, little coot. There's a little coot up there, rutting around up there in the grass, and he keeps trying to get tangled with my line. Can we get another one? Yes. Next cast, are they like loaded right there? Next cast, are those drum just extra loaded and fired up right there? Because it feels like I got another drum. I'd like if it was a white bass or something, but I think it's a striped fish of some sort. Yeah, it's another white bass. And he's on that pearl too. He is on the pearl. The pearl. I got a pink head on there, that pearl crappie magnet rue. I dug that thing out of the spoils, so I went to the warehouse, and whenever they're injecting the baits, they'll have just some spoil colors, and this was just a product of something, I don't really know, just in the trash pile. And I was like, bro, let me get those. So I dug them up out of the trash, and now we're catching fish on them. Just 2 in a row. Maybe that's the ticket. Maybe the boosting net's a little bit too big for them right now with as cold as it is. The water temperature here is like mid-50s, which is nice, but it's cooler than what it normally is, so I'm sure they're feeling some sort of effect from it. I'm sure y'all can see out here the water is very stained. We've had a lot of rain, we've had a lot of ice, just everything has been so blown out and nasty. I was borderline, not really even expecting it to be this clean, and it's not clean, but it's clean enough where you can fish it and be effective. But I'm out here and I'm fishing the edge of this current break. We got some current coming off this point, and it changes from day to day. But right now we've got a pretty good current break coming off that point, and I'm just targeting this little slack water. In general, these fish like to be kind of out of the main current. They can kind of sit, chill, hang out, eat crappie magnets as they swim by their face. I'm hoping that there's some crappie in there. That ain't no crappie, that's big. What the heck is this? He loaded me up, locked me up. Man, it feels so good. I'm telling you guys, I have not fished in a few days, and I can tell because all these fish are feeling giant. And he's got some fight to him. He might not be a drum. Oh, he's kind of spinning. He's doing a little spinny deal. Yep, another drum. I'll take it, guys. Drum are fun to catch when you ain't been fishing in a while. Oh, another one on the pearl. Pearl rue in his face. That's a good one. Right there in that slack water. There's a little bit of rocks out there in the drum. They like to get on those rocks. So does everything else. I'm sure we'll run into some more yellow bass and maybe some striper, white bass, and crappie. I mean, we're just getting started. Party's just getting started. Maybe we should have came out here earlier. Oh, I can't feel my hands. I kind of wish I would have came out here a little earlier, but it was below freezing. And it's just like right at 32 right now, which is a lot better than what it has been. Oh my gosh, fired up. I need to quit talking, just fish. Trying to set the stage for y'all, but dadgum. These fish are killing it. They are killing me. Come here, big baby. I don't know what this is. Is it another drum? I really don't know what this is. Oh, he's got some fight. He's got some fight. I might have to get the net on this one. What is it? Oh my gosh, big old drum. There's a pile of drum up there. Holy cow. Come here, baby. And kind of got his fins wrapped up a little bit. They're crushing that pearl. I might have to double up on it. Biggest drum of the day by far. He's got a head on him. Another nice chunky drum. He's looking a little bummed. Maybe he didn't really want to go on the ride. Oh my gosh. There's another fish. Oh, he's going the other way. That might be something different. Oh my goodness. These fish are insane. They're biting so good. Even if it is just another drum, they are fighting so good. He ran the other way for a second, so maybe he's a striper. No. Holy cow, I've never seen this many drum here before. And they're all just smashing that bottom jig, that pearl crappie magnet rue. I guess they'd probably eat any of the other white colors. Probably. That pearl is the truth. There we go. Oh gosh, right up here next to the thing. Golly, he's going the other way too. I think it's another big drum. Why is there so many drum right here? Come on, be something else. Just be something else. He literally went the other way, but he's spinning like a drum. And he is a nice one. There you go. Another big old shiny, hiney looking thing. There's our biggest drum of the day. I caught him a little bit closer to me, thinking maybe I'd catch him besides a drum there, but nope. Another drum. Oh, there's another one on the fall, just messing around, just cast it out there trying to get myself situated. This ain't no drum. Watch it be a drum. Is it? Is it? He's on the top jig, and it's a drum. He's just fighting different because on the top jig. That's the first drum I've caught on the top jig, which normally I catch drum on the bottom jig. Ooh. Drum fest. Maybe this is a sign. Do we need to do drum catch and cook? Because it's today that day. It's today that day for real. We do the drum catch and cook. And honestly, might be. I think I'm gonna throw them in the box. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it to it. Drum catch and cook is incoming. There we go. Is he running or is he just drumming? I think he's running. Feels a little smaller too. This should be a white bass. This should be a white bass. Come on, be a big white bass. Be a big old white bass. Let's go. There you go. That's more the flavor I like right there, guys. I like catching drum, but I don't like to catch 10 drum in a row, really, without getting a white bass or something else mixed in. Another nice, chunky, beautiful, healthy white bass. The white bass run is rapidly approaching. Within the next like 2-3 weeks, there's gonna be white bass below every one of these dams, just going crazy probably. Just need to warm up a little bit. Next week, we're gonna have temps up in the 70s, which is nice because all this past week it's been, the highest it's gotten is like 35, but most of the days have been well below freezing. So I'm excited for spring, guys. I'm going buck wild this spring. Y'all just wait. Y'all ain't ready for it. There we go. Oh, it's a bass. There's a new fish. New fish species. We'll take that. There we go. New species on the day. We got about a 2-pound largemouth bass back on the white Boosa Ned. Didn't feel him bite, it just got kind of mushy, so I guess picked up on the fall. It's a nice fish. We'll take that. Let's briefly go over the Boosa Ned setup. So this is the bait I'm using, just the platinum white Boosa Ned from 6 Sense Fishing. This is an awesome bait. You can fish it as a traditional Ned rig, especially when fish are feeding on bait fish on the bottom. I'm kind of like what I'm doing right now, but I'm not really fishing like a traditional Ned. I'm more or less swimming and popping it off of the bottom. I've got it tied onto a 3/8 ounce finesse swim bait jig head from 6 Sense Fishing. I've got a little loop knot tied on there to give it a little bit more of a rolling action. And I'm just threading it onto the jig head, just like this. And so today I'm using the 3/8 ounce jig head because, as I said, I'm trying to keep my bait near the bottom. These fish are down on the bottom, they're not suspended, they're not really chasing. So I'm keeping the bait down there, and it's about 15 feet deep where I'm casting. And I'm just letting it get down there, reeling it slow, and then just a couple of pops in my rod. And every time I do that, that's whenever I'm getting bit. I'm using a 7-foot medium light 6 Sense response rod, one of my favorite rods that they make. It's a really inexpensive option if you need a finesse rod. And I've got some 10-pound ACC Crappie 6 braided line. I've got a 3000 size spinning reel, and I'm using 10-pound fluorocarbon leader just because fishing around bigger fish, I could catch a striper at any moment or a big catfish, so I like to have a little bit heavier line. So if you're fishing shallower water or you're fishing more suspended fish, maybe you're in clear water, I would probably use a lighter jig head so you can keep the bait above the fish a little bit easier. But for what I'm doing today, this is perfect. If you haven't tried the Boost Ned, they got a bunch of normal Ned rig colors, like the green pumpkins, the watermelons, but they also have a nice mix of these bait fish colors, which you can also use in many other fishing applications. If you're interested in trying these out, be sure to check the link down in the video description below to 6 Sense Fishing. I'll leave these guys linked specifically so you can grab them at your convenience. Let's get back to fishing. There we go. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That might be a striper. Might be a drum. He's running to me. Might be a striper. Come on, be a striper. Don't be a drum. Don't be a drum. It's a drum. He was so vicious. Look at him. He's vicious. Dude is vicious, vicious. I'll tell you what happened. This guy's been down there hanging out with the striper for too long. He wants to be like them. Man, we smashed him. There's another one. They are on that boosting Ned now. They were on them roos. Now they're back on this thing. I believe it's another drum. It's fighting like a drum. Fighting like a drum. I'm begging. Another studly drum. Whew, we got that one in our box. I don't think we really need another one for the catch and cook. We're probably okay with that one. This one here's not very thick. He's kind of skinny. We'll send him back. It's nice. There he is. That might not be a drum. There's a lighter bite. I think this is a white bass. Come on, be a big white. Yup. Not a big white. Decent white though. Not bad. Looks funny with that Ned bait hanging out of his mouth. Free fish. There we go. That's a little fish, whatever this is. Oh, he's getting bigger. Probably gonna be a white bass. I think it's a white. Yeah, it's not a big white bass either. It's a smaller one. About a month ago, there was a ton of these in here, and they were big. So I'm hoping we find some of the big ones today. We were catching some that were getting close to 3 pounds. How fat they were. Another pretty fish. Victim to the Bosa Ned. There we go. A little something something. Back on the double jigs. The current kind of changed on me. Oh, it's another nice white. Top jig. The current kind of changed on me and it's swirling like back up against that way, so I kind of just threw it down the side of the boat over here. And this guy smashed the Isom crappie magnet. You can get that right now in the Cole & J Crappie Magnet Bundle, along with all of our other favorites, and hopefully soon to be the Pearl. And a nice little white bass. All right, we're back with you, and I know I need to paint my door frame. It's looking a little rough. But you know what wasn't rough? Our fishing trip. We caught a bunch of fish. It was a lot of fun. We caught mostly drum. That's like the highest percent volume of drum that I've caught out there for sure, by far. And I fished out there like a couple hours after the video was over, and I caught more drum, like even more drum. It's crazy. So if you want to catch some drum, I know where they're at. They're right there. They're right there for the taking. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Just hooking up and catching some fish. You know, we've been dealing with some icy issues here. It's been really cold. And honestly, a lot of the places have been blown out, just too much water, too much murky stuff. And the fishing hasn't been very good. So it's just refreshing to feel that bite on the end of the line and get to wrestle some fish back into the boat. But yeah, I'm excited for this upcoming week though. We've got some really good weather coming in. It's gonna be nice and warm in a few days, and we'll be able to do some more spring-like type fishing, I'm hoping. So until then, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We are inching our way closer and closer to that 300,000 subscriber mark. We're really wanting to hit that in 2025, so go the extra mile if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button. Be sure to check all the links down in the video description below if you want to check out any of the gear that I was using in the video. And that'll do it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.